Remember that video?
Mommy?
That's
Sorry.
my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
I've tried rendering this 4 times now. If it doesn't work this time,
Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Speed run. Speed
You're on
run.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to...
Forget it. I'm not doing this. I think I haven't done that one.
No, you have to do it.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That's so rude. Sorry, my dad came in for a second.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth. You make your way up. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him.
Let's just go into the cabin. It's the last one.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your... The door to the basement, her voice
Hello?
is hypnotized. Don't let it...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Her voice change up is crazy.
You walk down the stairs
Look at, she
and
looks
lock
so
eyes with the
pretty.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it. You're only making this more difficult.
Let's see. We'll
Thank
save
you.
her.
Thank you.
You're making a huge... No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the... They're large and heavy. Far...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always...
She offers the... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm
Okay,
sure we were
let's
tempted
see.
to make your way out. Is someone else here?
Damn.
You make your way to the bottom of the... Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these...
She barely has as she rips her flesh from her. It's the blade.
Okay.
Or we could use... You won't like what... Without hesitation, you bring the blade
There we
down
go, we
and
slay her.
plunge it into the princess's back.
Backstab.
Fine. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me
Yes.
this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Oh shit.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear
Very
it apart.
animalistic.
Your blade cuts into her again. Forget
Another
about
fight.
trying to...
Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the
let's keep it
cobblestone
as
floor,
that.
the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly
Let's see what
against the
this
ground.
does.
I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
Yeah, I did.
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Yeah.
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, let's see.
You're here to slay.
Okay, let's just go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Voice of the
I
hunted.
don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its... The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Let's enter the basement. We don't need to look at the mirror anymore.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if
Ew.
you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Can
She sounds almost feral, impatient. Or maybe you carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit
Oh,
pit.
it turned into
The
like
walls
a
are
forest.
obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
She grew into a monster.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be
Fledgling.
terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. Ooh.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it.
Damn,
then,
that's it?
isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What do you mean?
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous
Ew.
lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to
Bro.
grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly
This
at your
is
surroundings
gross.
as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Ew.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there,
Oh?
it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
Oh.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
That's so
But
gross.
you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds.
Oh my god.
You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we
Survive.
could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Okay, can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. Spit me out or I'll kill myself and nobody gets to leave. I have my steel claw, I could use it to hurt you. Dig with the steel claw. Fine, you can leave. You can leave, just let me go. Screw you, slay myself.
In an act of spiteful defiance, you pull your weapon to your throat, your shaking, ulcerous hand clenched tight around its hilt. And then you draw it across your bubbling veins. Your blood flows out, filling the tiny space inside the princess. You start to fade. A waste of a good life. It's better than giving in to her.
Yeah.
But in the end, the opinions of stray voices mean little in the grand scheme of things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The wild what? There's more?
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning,
Oh my god.
and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just
beyond our edge.
This is so creepy.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching into places they need to reach.
Autumn! That's so rude! I'm so hypnotized right now! Oh my god.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods.
Got
Who's even
him.
saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third?
That's our
That's
fifth.
bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
Oh my
He
god.
tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
I feel like I'm being lectured by my dad.
Because she consumed us. Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
It shouldn't count as her eating us if we offed ourselves.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
I guess this is
Oh, Stubborn's
Fine.
here?
doesn't feel half bad. Miles better than being dissolved, anyway. She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
Oh, okay. This thing watching us. What is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be. Well, what do we do now? Whatever we are right now is an abomination, and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you, narrator, how do I stop her?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
The narrator does.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the
Kind of
only
are.
one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Turn inward and find your freedom. A
You
glimpse of
fall
something
inward
bigger.
into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy.
Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere, we just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal, some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us? He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
So the
We
narrator
don't
knows what's
need
going
to
on.
be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There is a place you need to be. You just need to find it. Is this the end?
Stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end.
Ooh.
This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you. Find the way out.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
Okay, Aaron Yeager. But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against
Don't
it.
move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now.
I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it, and free us all.
I still don't know what's happening.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world at the place you need to be.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
This was all of us, fighting as one.
And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
But you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Fuck!
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a... This that thing reeks of death.
Ooh.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the...
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Do we see us? You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure faint and veiled in the shadow, just beyond the reflection. It looks like a crow? Explode.
I think you know
Are you
what
me?
I am.
The narrator. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it looks like a piece of you breaks. Are you part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? Ooh, let's
You
go with
were
that
either
one.
going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. The narrator. Yes, I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did
Any
you lie
other
to
version
me?
of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Okay. How many more answers are there? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Do I? As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. What the fuck? Oh my god, why did I get chills? Holy shit. You fucking weirdo.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Did you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Do you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make this choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. Can't do that. If you are always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? I'm gonna choose that one.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A web of nerves, line upon a web of nerves, line upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon the curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence, reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Appeal to her humanity. You speak about life and death and change the stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Continue. This has always just been about us, two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore. You've done nothing but lecture me. You act as though the world can't exist without you. But I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
Holy shit.
Feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we spent apart? If not me existing as myself. Reject her. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
Your little nerve takes a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since we've been here. Let's do that one.
What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. I only want to help you. You can vainly struggle against me, or you can follow the rhythm of our movement and find our freedom.
As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things when you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let this happen. I can't let everything die. Slay the princess. That's what we're going for. Or, wait. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. Slay the princess. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. Slay the princess.
Then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
You don't have to face her alone.
Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone
They're
else?
still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Born ready, hero.
Then let's go.
Let's... No? Are we retracing our steps? Yeah. It's all starting from the beginning.
And here we
I'm
are.
getting
I'd say we were
chills.
back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Yeah, let's do that.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right?
Yeah.
So, you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious.
I know.
Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time.
I should have.
There's the guy I know.
I like these two. Let's go.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. Let's talk one last time before you kill us, if that's still what you want to do.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Let's go. Let's finish this bitch.
And forward we go.
Oh, I'm so cold.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
I'm so cold.
That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
thank God.
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you. Unless you have your own reasons for wanting us dead?
Sit with them. I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you, at least. I'm sorry for what I did. I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? I only wanted to slay the you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person, as weird as a person as you are. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. I don't think I ever really wanted to slay you, but I don't like what your existence means for the world. Yeah.
Then don't slay us. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. The way it all works seems to be based on you. If you believe we can do something, then we can do it. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can fix the Echo's construct and make us all forget. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning, before anyone woke up, before the truth consumed us.
Can they really do that? Are you sure that's what you want? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back? We can't keep going without a nemesis.
Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you believe we can give them more time, then we can give them more time. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of our thoughts. You've seen what they can do. You haven't even seen the half of it.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we can choose to do it all again. We'll always be able to start over, if that's what all of us want.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
There's no need to apologize. We are what we are, and this is in your nature. Even through everything, through all the worlds we've seen and experienced, through all the lives we've known and lost, we could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible. Despite it all, we've always loved you. We hope you don't regret what comes next.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholy weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with
Is that
us.
a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going. That's right. We've got a whole world to see.
You leave the basement behind, then the stairs, and then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here. Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there?
The path of the woods are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
Come on now. It shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. We're some sort of god, aren't we? He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new
It's
world.
finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We could do that, yeah? Yeah, we can do that.
And that's it. That's fucking it. Oh my god. I don't know what to even think right now. That was so much. I want to go to my bed. What the fuck? What the fuck even? was that stupid game? Oh my god. So all of it was just her going to be... Okay, so she was the death of everything. And obviously... Okay, so me, that's ending 1. There's multiple endings. Fuck, dude. So I could have saved her. Yeah, that was another option I could have done. Oh my god. That was good. That was really good on the fucking lore. Although I do still have questions, so I kind of think I want to play it again and see what the fuck happens if you save her. But Lord Jesus Christ almighty on a stick. That was so freaking crazy. Oh my god. I feel like I went crazy. I feel like he went crazy. I mean, I'm glad we saved the world from death. But like, damn, dude. See, cause me, like, if I could save the world from death and I only have to murder one person, I mean, I guess I would do it. Hypothetically speaking, by the way, in terms of the game. But God, that makes you think a lot. My brain hurts and I can't function anymore and I'm tired. And this is probably the longest stream I think I've ever done before. But it was good and it was fun. But I needed to decompress. But have a great rest of your night. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. Sarah is... I guess I deserve that.
Do you want to throw things at her too? Go follow her on Twitch. Okay, bye.